Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. I'm going to go over this worksheet that I gave you, and hopefully we can get answers that we all agree on real simply and real quickly. This was a real easy sheet, and it just reviewed the things that we had already been doing. So let's take a look at it. The very first one, we got this triangle, the triangle ACB, and we've got two angles. We've got an angle that's 83 degrees and 47 degrees, but we don't have the other one. So we got to add these two to figure out the other one. 83 plus 47 would give me, 130, which would leave 50 for this other angle. And what our job was to do was to list the sides from smallest to largest. So I look at what the smallest angle is, and opposite of that must be the smallest side. So therefore, the smallest side is AC. The next smallest side, or the next smallest angle is 50. So therefore, opposite of that would be the next smallest side. So the next smallest side is CB. And then the largest angle is 83. So opposite of that would have to be the largest side, which would be AB. Okay, this next one, same thing. We don't have the third angle. We got to find it. We add 28 to 82. And what do we get? We get 110. So that leaves 70 for this angle right here. And as I look at this, it's definitely not drawn to scale. It doesn't really matter. We just look and go, this is the smallest. So therefore, this is the smallest side. So we know that CB is the smallest side. We look and we say, okay, so then this one right here, 70 is the next smallest. So this is the next smallest side, which is side AC. And then lastly, this is the largest angle, so therefore this is the largest side. So we go all the way to AB. Okay, on this last one, again, we're missing that one angle, so we add 33 and 38, and we get, 71, which leaves this one to be 109, clearly the largest angle. So on this one, the smallest angle is 33, opposite of that is AB. Next is 38, opposite of that is CB, and then the longest side is AC. Okay, on these next three, there was no illustration. And so my recommendation is to always just draw a generic triangle and then label it A, B, C. It doesn't have to be drawn accurately. And on this one, I can say, well, okay, so the distance from A to B is 10. The distance from B to C is 13. And the distance from A to C is 9. And then this just becomes just like we were doing before. We look at the sides and then note the order of the angles from smallest to largest. Smallest side, smallest angle, angle B. Okay, next smallest side, next smallest angle, angle C. And largest side, largest angle, angle A. Same thing here. Again, it works if you just draw some generic triangle, and that's what I've done here. So I'm going to say this is A, B, C. And so AB is going to be 53, BC is 47, AC is 50. Okay, and so then what do we have here? So the smallest then would have to be angle A, the next smallest would be angle B, and the largest would be angle C. Okay, last one, very similar. We've got this, I'm going to label it again, A, B, C. AB is 15, BC is 38, and AC is 25. Does anybody have a problem with this? I do. This can't actually be a triangle. Okay, 15 and 25 equal 38, so this would not work. But we'll just pretend you didn't catch that part, and we'll see what the angles would be, smallest to largest. So we'd go angle C would be the smallest. It's opposite the smallest side. And then angle B is the next smallest, and then the largest would be angle A. Okay? For these next few problems, your job was to figure out, can these be a triangle? Could these three sides be the side lengths of three triangles, or of a triangle? And 15 and 13 add up to be 28, which is larger than 27. So yes, this one is good. Okay, this next one, 19 and 13 add up to be 32. So no, this doesn't work. What kind of explanation? Well, because 19 plus 32, again, I say 32. 19 plus 13 is equal to 32. It needs to be greater than 32. That would be a brief explanation. Okay, this next one, we've got 11 and 17 add up to be 28. That is not bigger than 29. And so we could say 11 plus 17 is less than 29. So again, this is a big no. And last one, 34, 13, and 21. 13 and 21 add up to be 34. So again, this is going to be a no, because 13 plus 21 is equal to 34, and we need it to be greater than 34. Now, if doing these, you kind of remember, but you can't remember, you just always think back. You add the two smallest and make sure they add up to be bigger than the largest. Like here, 15 plus 13 was 28, which is bigger than 27. So you always look for the two smallest, because obviously the bigger ones, like 27 and 15, are going to be bigger than 13. But so you look for the two smallest and make sure they're bigger than the largest one. All right, now we're going to find the range of possible values for the third side, okay? Now, on my paper here, I gave these letters X, Y, Z, and A, and so that way it's easier to write in inequality. The thing I don't want you to do is don't tell me that A, or this, for this one right here, don't tell me that it is 7 and 33, because those are the two numbers that it can't be. You can tell me it is between 7 and 33, but don't tell me it is 7 and 33. So I look at this and go, okay, I subtract 20 minus 13, I get 7. So therefore, X has got to be bigger than 7, but smaller than 33. The next one, you subtract these and you go, well, 27 minus 19, Y has got to be bigger than 8, but smaller than, when I go to add those, I get 46. For the next one, subtract these and I get 14. So Z has got to be bigger than 14, but smaller than 42. For this next one, I go, okay, if I subtract them, I get 12. So A has got to be bigger than 12, but again, smaller than 42. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. And if you didn't realize exactly how we did that, this number came from subtracting the two numbers, and this number came from adding them every time. Okay, all right. Now, this one, with no explanation, this one might have been a little bit challenging, okay? But in this situation, the first thing hopefully everyone knew to do was to find the measure of the missing angle. So for this first triangle, CDB, I go, well, 112 and 38 adds up to be 150, so at least 30 degrees. For the other triangle, DBA, 30 and 110 add up to be 140, so that leaves 40 degrees. And then for this one, obviously the 96 would be supplementary to 84. And don't assume that this is a right angle at W. You've got to look and go, what adds up to be 180? So 96 and 40 give me 136. So that would leave me with 44. Okay, now your job is to go, okay, one triangle at a time. In this triangle right here, the smallest angle is clearly 30 degrees. So opposite of that would be the smallest side. So for that triangle, DB is the smallest. I know that DB is smaller than any other angle, any other side in there. Okay, it's smaller than CD, and it's smaller, definitely smaller than CB. Okay, now let's look at the other triangle. Let's look at this one right here. Okay, the smallest angle is right here. And so therefore, the smallest side is right there. So again, this is good news. So again, DB is the smallest. It is smaller than DA. It's smaller than BA, and it is definitely smaller than DA. And so for both triangles, this was the smallest, okay? And so we go, if it asks, what's the smallest segment in the picture? Well, that one is, okay? Now, if in one of the triangles, let's just pretend for a second that in this triangle, I know that this is not possible. And so for all those of you who are going, that's not possible, just give me a second. Let's say this was 20 degrees. Now I know that, and then let's say that, so this had to be, 70 over here? No, 60. Okay. No, 50 was right. I can't even do basic math. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, 50. Okay. So then I would know if this is the smallest angle, then this is the smallest side. And that would mean that BA is smaller than DB, which is smaller than DA. And if this statement right here is true, then while this was the smallest one in the first triangle, it doesn't matter. BA is smaller overall. And so when it asks what's the smallest segment in each figure, you'd go BA, because BA is smaller than DB. All right, let's look at the next one, last one. Okay, for this one, I go smallest angle in here is this one, so that would be the smallest side. Smallest angle in this one is here, and so that would be the smallest side. WY is the smallest side. Okay, home stretch. Now some of this new stuff with this hinge theorem. Okay, clearly this side is congruent to itself and this side is congruent to this side. So we say bigger angle must be bigger side, smaller angle must be smaller side. So therefore I can say 4x plus 17 has got to be greater than 32. And I can solve this, subtract 17 from both sides. You get 4x is greater than 15. So therefore, x is greater than 3.75. I know some people are freaking out going, what, a decimal? Yup, a decimal. And then this next one, this side right here is congruent to this side right here is congruent to this side, but the included angle here is smaller than this one. So I could say, I know then that, let's see, where do I want to write it? How about I write it over here? I would know that 5x plus 7 is less than 29. Subtract 7 from both sides, you get 5x is less than 22. Divide both sides by 5, and x is less than 4.4. Again, an ugly decimal, just to keep you on your toes. Okay, I hope this made sense. If you need to rewatch any part of this video, please do. You're getting ready to take a quiz that looks exactly like this. All the problems are just at least a little bit different in one way or another. Okay, good luck.